Hello and welcome to the What the Nuck podcast, the podcast for Canucks fans. I'm your host, Roddy, alongside my good friend and co-host, Gunbeer. Well, Gunny, I got a couple of stats here. Not stats, just a couple of things to say to you, really. Your Vancouver
Talk to
Canucks
me.
are 8-2-1, currently third in the NHL. Pettersson tied for first in points with 20 with Jack Hughes. Hughes is leading all defensemen in scoring and tied for sixth in points with 16. Miller has 16 points as well. Besser's on a roll with 8 goals. And Demko is tied for first with 6 wins, a .947 save percentage, and a 1.56 goals against. How about them Vancouver Canucks?
God damn, when you put it that way. What a fucking, we asked, we begged them, stop talking about a good start. Just go out and do it, all right?
Yeah.
Don't just keep talking. All summer they talked about it, and we were building up for it, but we really wanted them to show it, and holy mackerel, they showed it. This team, it's not just their 8-2-1, and there are some stats that are floating around out there. We got a higher shooting percentage and really good goaltending and stuff like that. Fair. Some stats are inflated, but does not matter. This team passes the eye test and then some. I I can't remember the last time that Nashville game this past Tuesday.
Yep.
When it was 2-1, I was fumbling for my phone to put a bet on the boys because I knew they were coming back. It was free fucking money.
Yeah.
Like when it was, I didn't watch the Dallas game, but I've seen comments on it, and I don't know if you felt this way,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't like, man, we're up by 1 and we're up by 2, and we're gonna blow that lead anymore.
Yeah.
That's how I felt for 5, 6, 7 years. Guaranteed we were gonna blow it, but not this year. This year it feels different. I don't know if you're feeling the same way about the team, but that's how I feel about them right now.
They are capable of winning every single game right now as it stands. Demko and DeSmith are giving this team a chance to win every single night. The defense is playing amazing. And the top six, Elliot Friedman said it last night after the Dallas game. This is the most consistent top six right now in the league, outside of Vegas, obviously, because Vegas is on a roll. They did lose to the Ducks in
It's the top
regulation
12,
tonight,
yeah. Yeah,
but
they're done.
but yeah, no, man, it's just insane. Like Besser's on a roll, Pettersson, Quinn Hughes, all of these guys have improved. Like, and that's the thing.
That's the crazy thing. Yeah.
Like everyone's still playing at this level, and we're a few weeks into the season now. We're 8-2-1. We have a huge leg up on teams like Calgary, Seattle, and Edmonton, which is huge for us.
Ooh.
And I know the Kings are kind of keeping right with us right now. I believe they're 1 point behind us. But yeah, like this team, everything is just going our way right now. And in that Dallas game, yeah, before that game, I was a little nervous because of the absolute stomping we gave to the San Jose Sharks.
Dear God.
Usually, when you play a team that's like, not in your league, really, like they made the Sharks look silly. I was kind of worried about that Dallas game because I thought maybe they'd take them a little lighter just because of that game, and they didn't. They played the Stars the way they should have, and again, yeah, they were up 1-0, then they got the 2-0 lead, and it doesn't. There's a different aura around this team where I'm like, you know what? They're not going to blow a lead. We're just going to play hockey 5-on-5 with Dallas, and we're going to do it. We're going to take the win.
Absolutely. I think we talked. I remember the Friday between those two games between San Jose and Dallas, and we were talking about that. But we the conversation turned to Talke will get these boys ready. They're not going to be going out there thinking they're hot shit. Literally after our 2-0 start, as soon as we lost to Philly, yes, he asked, "Who do we think we are?" There's no way Talk is letting this stuff get to their heads.
Yeah.
And the boys are coming in every single game ready to play.
Yeah, they're literally
They're just
delivering every
on
night.
another level.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're taking periods off maybe.
Yep. Yeah.
And that was at the beginning of the game. These last few, they've just been running amok on these teams, but they have absolutely played 60 minutes
Yeah.
and they've played above and beyond anyone's expectations of them,
Mm-hmm.
which is the part that gets me because nobody expected this good of a team, but it makes sense on what's clicking.
Well,
The
and
new Taka system is beautiful.
it truly
Like
is.
the ferocious on the puck. The D-man first pass, like he begged us to get a fucking like our defense is only 2 of the 6 from last year.
Yep.
And these people that can make that first pass is such a difference maker. We're not hemmed in our own zone for, Tyler Myers shift clock doesn't show up every time now.
Yeah, that's it's becoming a bit of a rarity right now. Yeah, let's get right into it here. We didn't get to pod last Wednesday, Thursday there, just because we were all busy. But yeah, let's get into it here. So Tuesday, Halloween, Canucks played the Predators and they won 5-2. A couple of the notes I had on this one, dude, early. I can't remember who turned it over, but Myers is having to defend a 3-on-1 by himself, and obviously he takes a penalty, which, I mean, what else are you gonna do? It's a 3-on-1.
It
Foodie
was
gets
Petey that,
oh, is it
Petey that turned that over.
yeah, so okay, so Petey turns it over, and Foodie gets, like, a penalty shot, like, 2 minutes into the game, literally trips over his own feet, basically, gets back up. It was actually impressive that he was able to, like, recover and get a shot off at least, but easy
Yeah,
save for Demko, routine. Um, and yeah, honestly, like this game, for the most part, like, Fabro and Sissons score to make it 2-1 for the Predators. And like you said, like you're fumbling for your phone to try to, bet on the Canucks because you just know they're coming back. It just had that energy the whole time too. We were wearing the black skate. We looked sharp out there. Um, yeah, Lafferty gets a goal from a huge shot, and I don't know, man. Like this game was amazing too because Pedersen gets his hat trick, even though the one was an empty net.
hell yeah.
He's just
He
off
doesn't
to a
like that.
yeah.
He hates fucking freebies. Any ugly goal, he puts his head up just like if he misses a shot, he puts his head up like fuck. And if it's an ugly shot that goes in, he doesn't feel good about it.
No, 100%. I love Pedersen's like demeanor on and off the ice is just so good, man. He's such a wholesome guy, but like you can just tell how hard he is on himself too. And yeah, he's just an absolute player. Like he is off to a crazy start. The fact that he's tied for the league lead, and I know McDavid was injured for a little bit there, but to be tied with Jack Hughes is just
Washed.
incredible.
Well,
Um,
yeah, he's solidified that he's a top 10 player in this league.
yeah,
And right now he's going for, am I gonna be a top 5 player in the league?
yeah, yeah. No, he like as it stands right now, Pedersen is like a top 3 player in the league the way he's playing. Like his two-way game is just absolutely monstrous. Like the fact that he's like getting points too, like the way he is, like he's just a point magnet basically. Like every time he touches the puck, he's getting a point. And like his zone entries, like especially in this game, like his first goal where he cuts into the zone and you just knew like he was in the high slot, he's going to take that shot and he scored. Like his shot is just miles ahead of a lot of players in this league. It's very elite
Oh
and
yeah.
yeah, just the patience and
He's
poise on him is just incredible.
Yeah, there's not enough good things to be said about Pedersen just because there's so many fucking great things to say about Hughes. Like he is wow. Like I still can't get over the how game breaking he is
Yeah,
out there. Like he is commanding the puck. It's like 10 players on the ice. Hughes is always the control. He I saw some stat that he leads in puck possession time,
yeah,
and he also has the lowest turnover rate
I know.
in
Yeah,
the out of every defenseman. Like how messed is that? This guy's skating, control, and everything, and then that extra oomph he added to his offense with that shot. Like my god.
yeah. No, it's incredible. I mean, when Sissons did tie it in this game, Hughes did turn that over, but yeah, no, he still leads in that stat, which is
That
just
was the one.
the one. Yeah, it's just absolutely wild the way Hughes is playing. He's like leveled up so much. Like the dynamics on him, like the first pass out, just the way he moves in the offensive zone on the power play, it's just mind-boggling right now. Um, yeah, one thing I had to ask you because I had soccer this night, so the TV was on mute when I was at Boomers watching this game, and I see
Okay.
Miller get the hook, right? And then there's like I see 4 minutes on like Sportsnet's like for the power play for the Preds, right? And
Oh
I'm like, okay,
yeah.
there's got to be that just might be like a classic Sportsnet glitch, right? So I'm waiting, and Tyson and I are watching it, and then I'm like, oh, that's just not going away. I'm like, he must have did something. Um,
He said something.
yeah, so he said something. He got unsportsmanlike. Anyways, he gets another penalty in this game, and Tocchet benches him for the last 4 minutes or so of the second. Then the guy comes out in the third, and he responds with a goal. Like Tocchet right now too. Like I know that that's great on Miller for like responding on that, but Tocchet is pushing all the right buttons on these players. He put Miller in his place, being like, "Hey man, like you're just not having a good game right now. Like we'll get you to calm down a little bit." And I'm sure Miller would have been irate on that, but Tocchet knew what to
Yeah.
say, and it rallied Miller, and he had a great finish to the game.
It's the difference when they buy in too. Like, there's nothing you can say to Talk. Like, Talk has completely 180 this team.
Yeah.
So the players obviously respect him. He clearly has them going in every game, doing what he wants. So when he benches him, Miller understands. And he even said afterwards, it was a nothing burger, really. It's a 4 minute benching at the end of the second.
Yeah.
It's just one negative thing to talk about in this game because everything else has just been going off. And
Yeah.
yeah, he responds.
Yeah, no, he responds and yeah, gets that goal. Canucks come out on top on this one, 5-2. They're still undefeated on Western Conference opponents right now.
Really. Just those juggernaut Tampa Bay and Philadelphia Flyers that we have to worry about.
To be fair, the Flyers have fallen off a little bit, but the Flyers, when we played them, were playing good hockey. So, I mean,
But apparently we were playing terrible hockey that game. That was the one game I missed, so I haven't even seen them
yeah,
take a game off. But doesn't matter. West, they've been absolutely dominating.
yeah, and that's what matters most, obviously, when it comes down to it, like taking the wins from the Predators and teams like St. Louis. Like these are the teams that are thought to be in the wild card race with us. Obviously, right now it's a little skewed. It's only 11 games into the season for this team, but very promising to be in that divisional spot right now.
Yeah, I bitched and whined last year when we were losing those games. You guys are trying to tell me to calm down. How much those games are so important at the beginning when we are losing those games that we should have been winning to at the time. We thought were bad, Buffalo and Detroit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Who have picked it up? But when we losing to them, when we were expecting to make playoffs
Hmm.
with Bruce, I remember I was getting mad. So these games obviously make a difference.
Yeah.
It is early season, but hey, it's still 17 points.
Yeah. On to the next game here on Thursday. Went into San Jose, and
Oh God,
this was not a hockey game. This is a fucking massacre. They
they can't do that.
toyed with the Sharks. Hughes got 5 points, 1 goal, 4 assists. The power play went 4 for 5. Everybody got in the action on this one. I'll give you a quick stat here before I get your thoughts on the game. All the
Toss it.
Canucks players combined in points in this game with the 10 goals, they got 23 points. During this game, San Jose Sharks in total for the season have 21 points combined. Canucks outscored them in this game alone.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of, goal, like who's leading in goals, and it's like Austin Matthews, DeBrincat, and then the entire Sharks.
Yeah.
And like they're not even winning that. Like
Yeah.
record breaking so far, or on pace to break the record for worst goal differential. I don't care about the Canucks when it comes to this game. I need to talk what the fuck's going on in San Jose. Like they were supposed to be bad. No questions asked. They were supposed to be bad. But the Logan Couture injury and then the Barbashev.
Yeah.
No, not Barbashev. God damn,
Or
I tried so hard. No,
Barabanov?
Barabanov.
Yeah,
I tried so hard not to mix those two up.
yeah.
Happens. That is two of their top line. It's a terrible top line, but that is the two of them. But still, like, yes, we put a 10 spot on them. But then to get another 10 spot put on you
Yeah.
the next game, like, it is something else. Like, how do you deal with that as a fan? Like, I don't think we ever no one ever put a 10 spot up on us. I remember who put up a lot on us,
Well,
even in the past like
Canucks
7 years.
lost to San Jose 7-2 when DiPietro was in net that one time. I know it's not
Yeah,
that it's not the same. It's a completely different thing. Also, do you think that Sharks kid is still a fan? The kid that went to his first game there.
that was his first game.
That was his first game going to the Sharks
That's
arena,
so funny.
and this team got decimated. I feel so bad for that kid.
Oh, that is. Hey, maybe we got a new Canucks fan out here.
Maybe a new Canucks fan, or if not, San Jose, get that kid a free jersey. um,
That's worth nothing.
yeah.
Like,
um,
what player would you even get?
there were still a couple of the you can get like Joe Thornton, get a classic guy or something, Marlowe in there. Tomas Hurtel,
Yeah,
man, they're
congrats.
leaving our boy to dry.
Tomas is done, man.
Yeah, no, he is. But yeah, there were still a couple of notable things that happened within this game. When Kuzmenko scored, he had like a little
Oh
breakaway.
yeah.
But by the way, this pass by Pedersen, like I know he had that crazy corral in this game where he went into the high slot, gives it to Mikheyev,
Oh yeah.
and then or no, Mikheyev scored that goal. Sorry, gave it to Kuzmenko, and then Mikheyev scored that nice tic tac goal. That was a beautiful highlight reel play. But this pass too by Pedersen, like Kuzmenko has a puck in the neutral zone, gets a little like hit, like kind of like hip to hip, gives it to Pedersen, and Pedersen just hooks it to him on the right, and then Kuzmenko's off to the races. Burrows is right there trying to defend this, like trying to take the pass away. And anyways, Kuzmenko scores, gets Kakinen's head with his knee, and this just blew my mind because I know San Jose's not a good team, but like you got to have your goaltenders back and just check if he's okay. Kuzmenko scores immediately. Like Mikheiv's trying to celebrate with him, but Kuzmenko goes up to Kakin and makes sure he's okay. So does Ian Cole, Pedersen,
It's
and
like 4
Mikheyev. But
Canucks players.
yeah, it's four Canucks players and no Sharks, and I'm like, man, I know you're losing, but like that just shows that you're not a team right now. I don't want to dunk on the Sharks, but it just that was I don't know that kind of
It's
left a
just a
sour taste
terrible
in my mouth.
optic.
Yeah,
Like, Kuzmenko is Jack Tronic, but, like, honestly, fuck, like, it just looks so bad that no Shark went up to check on him too.
yeah,
And this is, like, after he's gotten 6 put on him
yeah,
in, like, less than 30 minutes. And, like, they finally they're like, "Okay, his head's hurt, his knees hurt, we can finally take him out of the game."
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know why they didn't beforehand, but either way, yeah, it looked terrible for the Sharks. It is a bleak season for them.
Yeah, like
Like,
honestly,
truly.
if that's how they're playing game in and game out, and like they have to win a few games this year. There's no way they don't. But if that's the effort they're giving every night, I know they just lost to Pittsburgh, like you said, 10-2. They're the first team to do that since like the 63-64 Bruins to let in 20 goals in 2 game span. But yeah, no, I hope they win a couple of games this year, but and you hope they win the lottery too, because man, what if they don't win that? Like after the season they're gonna have,
No,
they're in for a long
that's going to
one.
Chicago.
Yeah, probably after all that. Oh God. Yeah, Besser too in this game has a nice one-timer goal on the power play. Like Brock is so back, man. I thought it was just Brocktober, but it's Brock Vember right now, man. Like he's just going
It's
off.
just Brock's goddamn year. He promised
Yeah.
the 30 goals. He's getting them. He's getting them before the year ends.
Yeah, no, he very well might, honestly. Like and then the other goal too he scored, I believe it was on the power play as well. Puck's in the air and he just bats it out. Like he has so much confidence right now. In the Dallas game.
He's looking great.
Oh yeah, he is. Like just again, he just oozes confidence. He had 8 shot attempts last night in the Dallas game. And yeah, no, he's just off to the races with the goals already. It took him till December last year to get to 8 goals. It's November 5th right now, and he has 8 goals right now. So he's killing it. Also, the pass he gave to Miller in this game, it was a Sedin set play where he just like kind of slap wrist it like down the ice. Miller went onto it, beauty backhand in the back of the net.
I love that. It's against the Sharks. It doesn't count, but
Yeah,
it was a beauty play.
but no,
I think
no.
I who does PD to Besser also, right? That was the one like
Yeah, on the 1T.
3 years ago.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's
No,
right.
no,
That's
this is
right.
like 3 years ago. That same play where
Yeah,
PD slaps it down,
against
Besser gets it.
Colorado. Prabby, who's not here
Oh,
today,
okay.
unfortunately. We got to see that live. That was incredible.
Oh, okay, okay. That was the famous
A
Derek
7-6
Derek
game.
Pouliot
Yeah. OT winner,
OT
baby.
winner. It's a
Um,
grazed ass.
One of the best games to probably ever see as a Canucks fan as of late. I mean, outside of the games this season. Um, the other thing I was going to say in this game, I don't know if you guys can tell, but Beauvillier played his 500th game in this Sharks game, and he potted 2 Genos. And I know what I said in that Nashville game. I dogged on him that podcast before, saying that he has to get going. He's a passenger on this team. He doesn't do anything. He just skates well. And this guy, I don't know, he must have heard me because in the Sharks game, and I know it's against the Sharks, this guy pots 2 Genos again on a milestone game for him, his 500th. And I was like, you know what? These guys are 8-2-1 right now, or at the time 7-2-1. Beauvillier actually did get 2 goals in a game. The boys are buzzing. I got a buzz, so I buzzed my hair. Gunny follows suit, and yeah,
You told me the boys are buzzing. It's a simple thing. The boys are buzzing, we're buzzing. All
yeah,
right.
no, it's just the way it is. So Prabby, when you hear this and when you got to edit this tonight, yeah, make sure you buzz your head, buddy.
Fucking 3 in the morning when he's editing.
Yeah. Oh
we
God.
we're gonna, we should make this hard on him. Just keep doing cuts and stuff like that. Make sure he's up till at least 5. That's what he gets for missing the pod.
um, and then yeah, Yeah, that's pretty much wraps up the, Sharks game there. Finally, with the game of last night there against Dallas. Did you have any thoughts going into that one? Like, were you nervous like me for a bit there just because they were 7-1 and they're an elite team as well?
Honestly, no. I was not nervous because once again, this team has passed the eye test.
Yep,
I knew it was a good game. It was going to be a proper game. It's going to be against a not Sharks kind of team.
yep.
But I remember last year, Pravi, he always loves it. They just got after this road trip, we'll figure out who they are, and like then he'll admit that we missed playoffs. Like every year he does that.
Oh, I'm right with them
But
there.
this year, oh yeah, you love that. But this year, the new thing for the Canucks is it's how every game is a test for them.
Mhm.
I remember the Rangers game, obviously the Oilers to opening night. That's a test. And then it's the angry Oilers. That's a real test. It was
Yeah.
that 8-1 of Fluke.
Mhm.
And then it was Philly where we got smoked out. But then Tampa, right? That's a Stanley Cup team. That's a test. Florida, that's a test. They went to the finals. Then there was the Rangers. They're actually doing well this year. So that's a real test. There's so many tests on tests on tests on tests
Yeah.
that people keep saying. But this team just passes the eye test.
Mhm.
That's why I'm never worried for a game because we could lose it.
Yep.
That's the thing. We're doing great and I'm excited. But even if we lost a game,
Yeah.
they still look great as a team. So that Dallas game, I was not worried about.
Fair enough. Yeah. I don't know what it is, man. I like cuz I'm always so positive about this team like I was saying early in the pod. Um I still get nervous for these games. Like I'm not going to lie. I'm going to ask you about it in a bit here, but the Oilers game coming up here this Monday, I'm for some reason I'm just nervous because of the games we've had against them. I'm like, "Oh, they might be like super upset now that we beat them twice in a row at the start of the year and now they're coming back for blood." But
They're not mad.
well,
They're lethargic.
yeah. We'll talk about that in a bit though. Anyways, uh, quickly before this Dallas game there, uh, the 10-1 final in the Sharks game, the goal that the San Jose Sharks scored probably could have been called for goalie interference. Now, before this play too, I know we just hyped up our boy Bavillier, but he has a chance to get it out. He like fucks up like 3, 4 times, tried to get a couple of whacks at it, just couldn't do it. Honest mistake, and the Sharks snipe it to make it 10-1.
You're so nice to the guy. Honest mistake, buddy. Shake it off.
You know
It's
what? We
cool.
got to be positive right now. They're doing too good. They deserve a bone here. Bobilly deserves one. Anyways, goes in the back of the net. You could tell Demko right away looks at the ref. He's like, "Hey,
Oh,
hey, it hit my pad." Like he wanted that shutout so bad. And I think Talkett, I personally believe like if they challenge that, that's bad karma for the rest of the year. You're cursed. Talkett's like, you know
it's
what? We'll
just a
sit this
dick
one back.
move.
And yeah, obviously, yeah. At the end of the day, huge dick move. So they
That's like
elect
a tenth of their goals, man. Like, come on.
yeah, they elect not to do it, and yeah, Demko doesn't get his shutout. Anyways, the hockey gods saw that and were like, "Hey, we got you, Demko," and he got a 2-0 shutout here last night against the Dallas Stars,
Ooh,
and he looked great.
not
That
just a
first,
shutout.
yeah,
Yeah.
that
That fucking save.
that first save, Larceny going east to west, had to come back, puts his glove out, and just great save, Demko. It doesn't hit as good as the Luongo, but still, my God, man. Like he is again, like I said, this goalie tandem is giving him a chance to win every single night. And right there early on, if that goes in the back of the net, could have been a different game, but it wasn't because we have Demko.
Guy's just something else. Was that in the first?
That was in the first, like very early in the
I
first.
just missed that one. I only got okay, so yeah, I only got to watch like 15 minutes of this game,
Okay.
so it was kind of sad for me. But I did go when I watched that highlight, like I was awestruck. Like, yeah, the way he gets across one way and then the other way, like, did the Dallas players even have a chance to score at any point?
Yeah.
Like, he is just his movement is insane.
hmm
I don't know, like, it hurts just to watch that. Like
As
Flurry had a great like stretch out save, but like
yeah.
Demko does that twice in the same thing. Like he's already going one way and then he goes back the other way. It's magic to me.
Oh, I know. It's insane. The fact that his groin keeps intact there is pretty wild to me. Um,
Knock on wood right now. Right?
I'm also like I'm a huge fan of goalies, so I was actually really looking forward to this matchup too, even though like I said I was nervous. Ottinger, I believe he was 5-0-1 coming into this game. And
Mm.
yeah, like Demko was 5-2. So like they just right away, you know it's a good goaltending matchup. And honestly, too, it was like it was two goal victory, right? Like that's a low scoring game. Both these teams played good 5-on-5. I thought like Dallas had some pushback. Vancouver was able to answer. But Ottinger too. Props to him, man. He is such a calm and collective goalie in net. They're both like a little bit different styles because Demko makes a lot of those like really nice 10-beller saves. But yeah, no, this was just a fun match to watch goaltending wise.
It was, yeah, that's the expectation. Otter has gotten his flowers and some these this past year,
Yeah.
and Demko had that fall off last year with the injury, so he was kind of building his way back up. And goddamn, is he building quite a resume here?
Mm-hmm.
Because I did want to talk about like the Dallas game. We can talk more about it, but just as a side note, like you as your Canucks homer self, like where are you putting Demko for goaltenders right now?
Right
Not
now,
right now, or like this season.
this season, right now.
This season right now.
Oh God, Gunny, you don't want to ask me these questions, bro. I think he's like, I haven't. Okay, wait. Who's been playing most of the games for the Vegas Golden Knights right now? Aiden Hill,
I think it's a pretty almost even split.
pretty even split. Okay. Um, in my opinion, like Demko, like those stats I gave you early on with the 947 save percentage and the 156 goals against, like he's a starter, so he's
Dear
played
God.
most of those. His saves above expected too is like I believe one of the top in the league, if not first. Right now, this season, he is the number one goalie. Like he is the front runner right now for the Vesna. Like
Oh
he
yeah,
he's
I can agree with
playing
that.
the best hockey of his career right now. I know there's like bubble Demko. You ever heard of regular season Demko right now? Like fucking look out, buddy.
October 2023 Demko. You ever heard of that guy? All right.
Buddy, November 2023 now. Like he is the best goalie in the league right now. It's tough, man,
Yeah.
because everything right now is coming up Vancouver. Coming up blue and green, okay? Black, yellow, and
There's
red.
nothing wrong.
Like it's just it's insane to me that like there's not a lot of negative news. You know what the negative news is right now? We
What?
don't know where Bluger is. I don't know where Bluger is. I miss Bluger. I like that guy in the preseason. Um,
Final piece.
but that's it. Like eh, I don't know. Outside of me griping with Beauvillier, he gets 2 Genos. Like I'm happy with Beauvillier now. I thought Garland had a good game. He pretty much scored in this Dallas game, but it obviously didn't count. Um,
Oh,
yeah,
I got excited on that one.
yeah,
What about Joshua? How was he that game? He got benched the previous game, I believe,
yeah. He did.
and like
Sendika showed up.
he's had a yeah, he's had a tough month, but he had like 7 hits this game.
Yep. Yeah. No. He came to play. I I honestly wasn't really watching him too much. But from the like shifts I did see him, like he was forechecking a little bit here, and like yeah, 7 hits, like that's kind of what I want him to do. Ideally, as far as like the next game too against the Oilers here, I kind of want him in that game just because I think we're gonna need size. Oilers are, in my opinion, a bit of a like once they start losing, they get frustrated and they take a little bit of liberties the odd time. So I'd like Joshua in that game for that.
That's true. They're a prick team.
Yeah, but okay, let's get back on topic here. I'm not as good at this as Pravy. Um,
Probably wasn't good either. Don't worry. No one can keep me on track.
anyways, yeah, so no scoring in the first. Second period comes in, and Piasuta got it going, like his offensive game in the Sharks game. He might have just needed that as a little confidence boost because he's been playing amazing on the defensive side of the game right now. But anyways, the pistol shooter gets it going in this game. Gets his second of the year, assisted by Joshua. So Joshua got an assist too, and Carson Soucy. A little bit of a quick scramble in front and just a nice quick shot by the pistol shooter. So yeah,
Dude, please stop calling him that. That's the worst
I'm
nickname
trying to
ever.
make it stick. It's all good.
Dude, no, that shit's not sticking.
Are you sure?
Pistol shooter.
You don't like
I
that?
keep saying piss
I
shooter
don't like that.
just because his name that's just what his name is.
Yeah.
But pistol shooter? No,
You don't like pistol shooter? I
that's
thought
not.
that hit. I thought you would like that.
Oh no, I hate it. Like I hate it.
All right.
It's fine. All right,
You
if
know
it
what?
hits, it hits for you.
I
Go
don't know.
for
We'll,
it.
we'll see what the fans think. Okay, I'm gonna put a poll out there
I
for his
will
name.
just say, just from like 5 months ago when we were talking about free agency and every other team was having so much fun in the playoffs and everything,
Yeah,
you and me were sitting here, and I said I wanted Teddy Bluger
yeah,
like 2 months before we signed,
yeah.
and you said you wanted PS Shooter. So the fact we got our boys,
Yeah.
We deserve our flowers for calling our
You know
shots
what?
there.
Actually, that's so true. You guys were like, not shitting on me, but like being like, "Oh, we don't need Pia Suter. Like that's
Yeah,
not a
because we
good
have
ad."
Teddy Bluger. That's what I said.
Yeah. You know what I think actually? You know what our next purchase is, Gunny?
What
Suter
is it?
jersey and a Bluger jersey. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let him play at least a little bit, right?
Man's got goals in back-to-back games. I might have to cop one.
You gotta
Um,
get a Captain Hughes jersey, man.
yeah, goddamn the way that guy's playing. Um, anyways, too, speaking of another defenseman that is playing just unbelievable for this team. In this
Oh, I
game,
know who
second
you're gonna
period
say.
too, Roenick has the puck and he has all kinds of space on the back end. He's coming up. He looks like he's going to shoot. Everyone on the Dallas Stars too thinks shot, shot, shot. Pedersen gets open on the left side. He gives it to Pedersen. Pedersen has an easy empty net, and he scores. And yeah, that's Pedersen's sixth of the year. Great heads up play by Roenick, and good for Petey for getting open there. Makes it 2-0. The Stars push in this game in the third a little bit, and it's not like Vancouver wasn't like really pushing for offense at this point, but they were just able to get controlled exit and like dump it back out. And again, there was a couple of scares maybe, but not really. Like again, like I said, this team now is just defending so well. Got to give a shout out to our boy Mark Friedman too. After the high stick and the puck he took
Stalwart.
to the face in the Sharks game, he's still back. Guy's a man. Um,
Guy's blocking shots at like a point where it was like 7-0.
yeah, no, he's
What a hero.
he's above face value right now, and like it's crazy to think like I was one of these guys. Not when this trade happened, but like years ago when like we kept talking about was Rathbone because our prospect pool was bleak. We traded Rathbone away for Mark Friedman, and Friedman has been better than advertised for him, obviously, and
Exactly what he did
Juleson.
Rathbone to be.
Yeah. Speaking of his partner too, Ian Cole. This is the thing I was telling you about with Garland almost scoring. Ian Cole is reminding me a bit of Cromwell right now. Like I know he didn't turn the back on Duchesne there, but he laid the hammer down, man. Like I don't know if you saw that hit. He just
Oh, yeah, I saw that hit.
halted Duchesne in his tracks. And yeah, no, I like that pairing is playing very good right now.
Immediately into the fight too.
Yeah, immediately into the fight too, and um, like he knew he had to go there obviously because Marchment like challenged him right away. But it was funny too because Marchment set Duchesne up for that suicide pass.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, yeah, he goal rocks him, and he's like, "Fuck
That's
you,
fair.
man." Uh,
How dare you do that?
yeah,
Apparently got an instigator for that. I don't remember if that's
yeah,
true or not,
he did.
but
Yeah,
he got 2 for that? Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Well, that's good that NHL's doing that as well. It's worth it, right? You gotta fight because you clearly set your boy up for failure,
yeah.
and you're gonna get 2 for that as well.
Well, a part of it too, like I was talking to some of the guys last night, and like they weren't like they didn't think it should have been like an instigator because Cole dropped his gloves as well. But it's like he's coming at Cole to challenge him. Like Cole, his response there has to drop the gloves. Like you know, what I mean? Like he's
Well,
being
yeah,
the
either that
aggressor
or
in
get
that.
punched in the face.
Exactly. So
There's rare fights where both don't drop their gloves or get their gloves off.
exactly, like they're both gonna go regardless, but that's still an instigator no matter what. Um, yeah, no, like that's pretty much these games, man. Like I our top six is just absolutely killing it. They're consistent night in and night out. When Pedersen doesn't score, it's Hughes scoring, vice versa. Most of the time, they just score on the same night. Besser's firing on all cylinders. I know we talked about it a couple of pods ago. Miller's just been so like almost under the radar in a way to me this year. Like he's getting points, but like under the
Yeah.
radar in a good way where it's like we're talking about PD and like Hughes and the way Demko's playing, but Miller is the matchup guy. I'm gushing over that PDG Besser and Miller line still.
What a top 6. Like, I didn't think that would be the top 6 going into the year, but Mikheyev, like, how well he's gelled into that line, and then, yes, PDG, Besser, and Miller. They looked great last year, but the way they're taking on every single matchup, and Miller just, yeah, next gear. Besser looking like it's not even old Besser, right? It's a new Besser
Yeah.
at this point. That's what gets me. It's a completely fresh Besser that has an entirely new skill set. Like he is still shooting, but he's got everything else rounded out as well. And I don't even know how he did that over the summer, but he's absolutely looking amazing.
Changed his diet, changed his fitness plan, wasn't in the beauty league this summer. So yeah, a lot of things
That's
there,
really
man.
that's all it took.
Yeah. No, yeah, again, I can't get enough of Besser's game too. Like his playmaking ability has like improved a little bit as well. You see some nice passes, and um, obviously his shooting has like kind of went back to like that rookie season where we're seeing Brock score these like goals that he would score in the rookie season. Like he's not. I was listening to Rink Wide in the San Jose game where he takes that one timer and he gets that goal in the power play. He's never been the one timer guy Faber was saying, and I honestly, I always thought he had a one timer shot, but that's true. Like he just never has been the 1T guy because we got Petey. And that was just
Yeah, I
a
can.
absolute bullet, man. Like he scores that, he gets the one out of midair. Like, and again, like I said, he had 8 shot attempts in this past game here against the Dallas Stars. Like he's just it's so incredible. And I'm so happy for him to like actually being like able to have this season that he's having at the start. Like this is just there's so many feel good stories right now for the Vancouver Canucks.
It's almost scary at this point.
I that's what I mean,
Too
dude.
many.
I gotta pinch myself every time. I'm like, holy shit, we're third in the league. What? Like,
Weird. Yeah. Canada's only hope at this point.
yeah,
You want
that's
to get into every other team and how bad they are?
not really. I kind of want to. I want to ride this rainbow, this rainbow road, man.
That's what makes it a little sweeter for me, not gonna lie, that every other team is crumbling. All these teams that look down on us, we were the laughing stocks during the Boudreaux fucking firing and everything.
yeah,
And now look at
rightfully
us.
so.
Well, rightfully so, but they were laughing. Hey, we could have made fun of the team. The fact they were laughing at us,
Yeah.
up theirs, all right? Look at your teams now. A
Well,
mess, all right?
and that, dude, that's the thing that's wild. We can we should preview into this Oilers versus Canucks matchup here coming up on Monday. Before that though, they played the Nashville Predators on Saturday, and Predators didn't even give them UC Saros. They gave him Lankinen.
Uh, yeah, they've got a couple of backups. They got stopped by, oh, I can't remember. Those some oh, Jonathan Quick.
Yeah,
Like how are you getting stopped by Jonathan Quick?
he got shut out by
Guy's like
Jonathan Quick. Yeah,
49.
yeah,
Oh yeah, shut out. And just embarrassing.
and
That team.
yeah,
Oh,
I honestly I don't know what's going on with them. It like they have to like they're making playoffs this year. They definitely will. But like you were saying with like
hey, it doesn't look like it.
not right now, no. But like you were saying with like last year, I'm just always a believer. When the Canucks did go 0-5-2 at the start, um, I was like, you know what? If we win these 5 games and like the Oilers lose 7, we can get in there. Like I'm not kidding.
Big
I
maths.
was
Oh, oh, you aren't kidding. I remember this. You
yeah,
told me this,
I was going
and
insane. I was talking to you
I
every
was
day. We
mad.
get into arguments, I cry. Like it was terrible.
Terrible times.
Oh my god, I was we talked about it already, but like the Ethan Bear like trade, I'm like telling you how excited I am about it. You're like, who the fuck cares, right?
We're done.
Yeah.
We're
Um
toast.
and like realistically, I'm looking where they are. They're 2-7-1, like a very similar record to what we had essentially. They have to win again, like I was just saying, like 5 games in a row just to catch up to where we are, and we would have to lose 5 outright, which I just don't see happening right now for both teams.
Well, that's the trouble with the Oilers. Like, they look terrible. Like, okay, goaltending,
Oh my god.
stew and soup, completely done. There's no, he can't reheat it anymore.
Nope.
All right, it's cold. It's done.
It's gone bad.
Like, they're doing worse than the San Jose goalies.
Yeah.
That's not even. That doesn't even sound
That
real.
doesn't make
Like,
sense.
like Ken Holland, like he, he decided he was putting his fucking life on the line, McDavid's career with the Oilers on the line on Jack Campbell. All right, this is where the hindsight starts to play. Like
Yep.
he 7 years in the league, couldn't make it. He had a 4 month, 3 month, 2 month. I can't remember. It was like late season hot, like good getting. He was great, but it was like a 3 month thing. And he's like, you know what? 5 years, 5 mil.
Yep.
It's just Koskinen all over again. And
Yeah, it pretty much is.
oh, it is he looks terrible. And Stu looks just as
I
bad.
will say their nicknames are just god awful.
They're
Uh,
I hated them when they were doing well. Now they're doing great. I love the nicknames. Stu and
not you
Soup,
mean now that they're doing
baby.
great for us? Yeah. Um
Oh yeah.
that's the thing too. Like you know what? It's not all on their goalies. Their goalies are very average. I will say that. Say that. Sorry, but
Not average.
the below average a little
Well
bit.
below
Okay,
well below
but
average.
here's the thing too. Like they're not playing as a team. Like I've looked at some of the defensive lapses. Like good luck saving some of those. Like I just don't think they have a chance because
Oh, yeah,
their
that's true.
defense has not been up to par either. Um,
Cross creases and everything.
yeah, and I mean, outside of obviously, it's just it's crazy to me to see the team that they have built for McDavid and Draisaitl, and they're struggling this much out of the gate. Dude, they had to pay because Connor Brown played his 10th game. They had to pay him that 10 mil or that 10 mil, sorry, 3 mil.
10 mil. If Ev's listening, he just had a heart
Oh
attack.
yeah. Was that in
Well,
the
that's
clause?
honestly
Uh,
3 mil, 4 mil, however much it is still, I think it's like 3.75
yeah,
or 3.25 or
something
something.
like that.
It's gonna end up costing them a lot next year, so they don't even get a cap
Oh,
increase.
and fun
They
fact,
just get Connor Brown.
fun
That's
fact,
it.
he has donuts. He has 0 points.
Oh, yeah, no, he's like they stopped playing with McDavid. They're putting Warren Fogle up there now, like,
Yeah.
and Warren Fogel's, I'm pretty sure, the only, like, core piece for them that has any amount of points.
Yeah, well,
They're so
and
bad.
this is to kind of what we were to wrap it in here to like or to relate it to Canuck content here. Um, the one thing that we have right now that we didn't have last year, obviously, is identity.
You're breaking.
I man, I was cheering
I
so
got
hard
I gotta call
yesterday,
one
okay?
out. Oh, that's true. It's
It's
gonna get worse and worse as the season gets
oh,
over.
yeah, I'm gonna be talking like this. But anyways, no, the Canucks just they do have an identity right now. Like, we have a top 6 that's solidified. The lines don't change because they play good together. They have chemistry. They built it up. When Mikheyev came back, before Mikheyev came back, sorry, I thought Kuzmenko was like kind of starting off slow. Like it's not that he was playing bad. It's just it felt like he was not like what he was last year, right? Mikheyev comes back
Yeah,
and it kind of just completes that line. Like I know McCabe's overall a better player, has more skill than Phil DiGiuseppe, but he's the Phil DiGiuseppe of that line. Do you know what I mean? Like he completes that line for PD and Kuzmenko.
subtle shade of PDG. Don't do that.
Sorry.
Just don't do that.
I know.
Don't say
We
anything
do it
bad
every
about him.
pod. I apologize, Phil. I love you.
Every pod I have to defend PDG with my life for some reason.
But then yeah, going into the second line, like it has an identity. We have Miller and Besser and PDG. They're going up, dude. Okay, I'll hype Phil up here, and the other two obviously. They're matching up against McDavid's line. Do you know what I mean? Phil
Uh,
DiGiuseppe is matching up against Connor McDavid, and they're doing that job. They're completing that job. It frees up.
it's definitely it's definitely Miller that's doing that job
I
on that
know it's
line.
Miller too, but I'm just saying like Phil's on there too.
PDG's his forecheck is just nuts.
Oh yeah.
But this goes back to last year, man.
Mhm.
I remember I probably complained about it. I think I flipped somewhere in like June on this, but I was pretty mad, when we were in the Bedard sweepstakes. That why are we playing for a win? Why is PD playing 26 minutes? Why is this happening?
Yep.
It was to build a winning culture.
Yeah.
I think one of our pods that we had to redo, I had to give a huge speech during the pod that we had to redo, so I never made it.
Yeah. Oh
But
yeah.
I swear, I was telling the boys, and you guys weren't against the idea at all, but the winning culture that Tokyo was trying to make at the end of the year, here it is. Here it's paying its dividends.
Yeah.
That absolutely paid off. This team came in like a machine this season.
Mhm.
And yeah, those lines that they had last year are gelling. Those systems they had are performing. That decor is goddamn knowing what to do for once in their life, which is just amazing to see.
Yeah.
So that whole thing about our team, yeah, it's top down, and we've been like, it's not just they've been doing so well, so we haven't had to mix them up. It's they've been doing so well since January when this all became together.
Yeah.
That's why this team is performing as well as they are now.
And yeah, like that's such a great point actually, man. Like they yeah, like I was even kind of like, "Oh, why are we playing Hughes and PD 20 26 27 minutes like a night?" But like yeah, it's paying dividends. Could you imagine if like I think the season is complete the start of the season is completely different if they just mail it in and they try to, they tank for Bedard essentially or they just try to not win and not build that culture. Like I think
Yeah.
honestly, the training or like the season starts now shit, it started then, like halfway through the year when Talkett got there.
We made fun of them for that. I
Oh
at
yeah.
least did.
We were all dunking on him. But
Yeah,
no,
yeah, imagine talking only had the training camp.
yeah,
Like,
that's
that's such a big difference between telling these boys, "Hey, get there in the summer."
yep.
Like, you need to put in the work.
Yeah, and no,
And he only reason they listened to that was because, well, he showed those 3 months that he knows what he's doing.
yeah. No, it's absolutely incredible. I can't say enough about Talkit. Though the thing that always kind of makes me laugh a bit here is like I loved Boudreaux when he was here too. Like I think just because he's such a wholesome, like lovable guy, I was looking up videos of like Boudreaux and I'm like, I fucking love this guy. Like I just want to give him a hug. Like he's such a beauty. Um and now just because of the way Talkit's like pushing buttons and stuff, I'm watching like before we go to multi-sport on Monday, before I play soccer on Tuesday, I'm watching Talkit fights, Talkit videos, post game pressers. He fires me up, man. I'll go through a wall for Talkit.
Hey, that guy, that is the that's, like, my favorite type of player right there.
Oh yeah.
Talk it 440 goals or something,
Yeah.
and was a fighter, like, goddamn.
Yeah. No, it's
I don't
sorry, go ahead.
sorry, I was gonna say, are we gonna keep shit talking the Oilers, though?
No, we're just gonna do a quick preview here now because we did talk about the Oilers for quite a long time there. Yeah, so
I can
little quick tail of the tape. Canucks face the Oilers tomorrow, Monday, 7 o'clock at Rogers Arena. So the Oilers are coming into town.
it'll be today for the people listening right now.
Yeah, today for the people listening. Um, yeah, do you have a score prediction or just like what do you expect out of this game? Like
6-0.
Jesus Christ.
They who are they starting? If they start Stu, he gets pulled and Campbell comes in. They start Campbell, he gets pulled and Stu comes in. Either way. They both let in 3 goals apiece on 9 shots or something. I don't know. Do they have a third? They get E-Bug in. All right, that team is
Do they
done.
have a third?
I'm not believing the Oilers. By the way, I drafted McDavid in fantasy for the first year, rigged my draft and everything. And look at this. This is the husk of a man I get.
Well, that's just karma.
I hate that. Eh,
If you're rigging it, come
whatever.
on.
Honestly, I'm happy the Oilers are losing. I don't care. That guy sucks. But yeah, I have no worries about that. They're 31st ranked team
Yep.
against the Canucks. I'm not worried for that one at all.
Yeah, okay, so that's I like I like your energy
I
there.
got confidence.
Yeah, you do. You blind confidence, if you will. Um, yeah, I have full belief in this team. I just always get a little nervous before games now because I need to pinch myself to know again that we're third in the league. That so blows my mind right now. Come here, just quickly. This team right now that we're watching has not been competitive outside of the bubble year. Take the bubble year away since we were in grade 8. Let that sink in.
No
I'm
chance.
not kidding.
Look at me. I have no hair now,
We ma-
man. It's gone.
we both don't. Man, they made the playoffs in 2015, right? Against Calgary. They were up in that game and they ended up losing it. Spiza scored. That's a whatever. Long time ago,
Yeah.
man. Anyways, Vancouver hasn't been like actually good consistently like this since we were in grade 8 with those 2011 teams and shit. When Hendrick and
Yeah.
Daniel were still here, and they're here now working on the power play. The power play looks electric, even though they didn't score on it last night. Power play is just buzzing. The movement's incredible. But
Yeah. Movement's amazing on that power play.
my prediction here for this Edmonton Oilers game, I think it's going to be a battle. I think McDavid and Draisaitl are really gonna test the Vancouver Canucks. I don't think Kane really does much, but I think Nuge, like those three guys, maybe Hyman too. It's gonna be a tough game. Vancouver's gonna be in for it, and yeah, I got a 5-1 Canucks victory coming at you. Okay, fuck the Oilers.
There.
McDavid gets the goal for your fantasy team. You're welcome. And yeah,
Thank
I
God.
got pistol shooter getting 2. Pistol shooter getting 2. I got Garland for Garland's been playing good. I think Garland gets a goal. And the last 2, Besser and Miller. Hughes with 3 assists. It's gonna,
Wowza.
yeah, no, it's gonna be a little nasty though too. Like if it's if it's your score or my score, Nurse is gonna do some stupid shit. So as long as we got Joshua in there protecting our players, Ian Cole, Susie, the boys, just protect your players. Actually, that's one thing in the Dallas game. I don't know if you got to see it, but they were kind of a little bit too close for comfort in front of Demko when Demko covered the puck. And Besser came in there, gave that, I can't remember who it was, but he gave him a cross check and was like, hey, get out of this crease. So
Love
this
it.
team's fighting for each other right now, man. We're firing on all cylinders. We're bleeding blue and
Oh,
green.
yeah. This is it. Parade's already planned.
Yeah, no, yeah, I don't really have anything else to say on the Vancouver Canucks unless you do here.
Nothing in particular. I think we've gone through most of the players that well, we've gone through all the players. They all deserve it.
Yep. No, honestly, all positive remarks. Again, we don't know when Bluger's coming back. Hopefully, we get an update either tomorrow or something like that, or maybe Tuesday after the Oilers game there. But quickly, I just wanted to mention. I know we already mentioned it before. Pedersen currently leading the NHL, tied with Jack Hughes in points with 20. And I don't have the point total up right now, but Archie Bains is leading the AHL in scoring as well.
Canucks, every league.
Yeah.
Hunter Bershowitz
Yep.
in the OHL.
Yeah. On Hunter Brzustowicz, I don't know how to say it still. His point
I'm
streak
just guessing.
actually officially ended after 14 games. But in those 14 games, he's up to 5 goals and 27 points. Sits second in OHL scoring for a defenseman.
Isn't Lekkermäki also popping off in SHL?
Yeah, I haven't really been keeping too many tabs on Lekkerimaki, but he's been every time I open up Twitter.
Butcher that name.
Nah, you're good, bro.
We need Prabby here.
But yeah, no, every time I open up Twitter, Prabby opens up Twitter, we get like a Lekkerimaki snipe. He looks like Brock Besser in the European League right now. It's just great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess if we're gonna mention those prospects,
Yeah.
Chris Faber, new job.
Oh yeah. What's the official title? It's working with the Vancouver Canucks.
Yeah, I assume hopefully he's gonna be continuing to do what he does, but he's been the go-to guy for highlights for our prospects for long as I can remember. Well, as long as I've been on Twitter, which is like a year and a half.
Yeah, no, I love Chris Faber's coverage. I think he's amazing, and congrats to him. I'm trying to find it here. He tweets so much in a good way. But anyways, yeah, congrats to Chris
I'm
Faber.
assuming.
I believe he left Canucks Army. That was like the big announcement,
Yeah.
and he moved to the Vancouver Canucks for being a reporter for them. Sorry. Canucks announced that respected hockey journalist Chris Faber will join the organization on November 6, 2023, becoming the team's first senior hockey writer. That's tomorrow. Hey, have a great first day at
Oh.
your job tomorrow, Chris Faber. Congrats. Yeah. You got anything else to say, buddy, or are we wrapping it up here?
Yeah, we should wrap it up.
All right.
I can shit talk teams if you want. Name a team, I'll shit talk them. Who deserves it?
Try to shit talk the Chicago Blackhawks right now before we go.
I want to go Blackhawks. Didn't they win today? Oh, they
No,
lost.
they
They
lost.
lost.
Yeah.
They lost. There's nothing to shit talk them about, man. Like they got Bedard. I honestly can't do it. I hate that goddamn team so much for taking Bedard. Don't end on a bad note. Canucks are doing great.
All
8-2 and
right.
1.
I was trying to, yeah,
Oh, best record in 53 years. I don't know if we mentioned that.
we did not.
This is our best record of all time through 11 games. Wow.
Yeah.
We had a lot of tough like Octobers with Luongo as well. I remember he was not a hot starter,
Yeah.
but it makes sense. But still, 53 years, like this team's firing.
Yeah. No,
Gonna
they're
keep firing.
absolutely incredible. Everything is coming up Vancouver Canucks right now. That's going to do it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. You could follow our Twitter at What the Nuck Pod and our YouTube at What the Nuck Pod as well, the channel. And then you could follow our Instagram at What the Nuck. Yeah, that's going to do it again. Have a great week, and we will talk to you guys again on either Wednesday or Thursday. Go Canucks, go!